Dylan Wang and Shen Yue were never supposed to share the same room again. Not after the awkward silence that followed May's Wang Hilo award controversy on the inn, and not after weeks of fans dissecting every cryptic caption for signs of a rift. So when new footage surfaced this week showing the two of them together, cameras rolling, smiles back on their faces, the internet did not stay quiet for long. If you've been following the Daishin story since Meteor Garden first paired them on screen in 2018, you already know how fast this fandom moves. One blurry photo, one shared frame, one lingering glance, and timelines explode. That's exactly what happened here. Within hours of the new clip circulating, Dylan Wang and Shen Yue were both trending across Chinese social media, with fans piecing together timestamps, outfits, and filming locations like it was a detective case. Before we get into what actually happened, hit that subscribe button. This channel covers every twist in the Dylan Wang and Shen Yue story before anyone else does, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's rewind for a second, because context matters here. Back in May, during the finale of the IN's 2026 season, Shen Yue handed Dylan Wang a joke award that didn't land the way she intended. The nickname poked fun at his stage name, the phrasing carried an unfortunate pun, and the moment where she casually mentioned a group chat he wasn't part of didn't help. Cameras caught his expression shift in real time, that flicker of discomfort that fans immediately froze, zoomed in on, and picked apart frame by frame. Shen Yue apologized publicly not long after, explaining on Weibo that the joke was meant to loosen him up, not embarrass him. She called the Wang heady title an old-school nickname, said it came from affection, not disrespect, and asked fans not to read too much into it. But apologies rarely end speculation. If anything, they fuel it. Every public appearance after that got treated as evidence, proof he'd forgiven her, or proof he hadn't. Every missed photo op became a headline. Every joint project delay became the real story behind the scenes. That's the nature of a ship this big. Two actors who spent nearly 8 years being linked in the public imagination, ever since they played Chinese entertainment's most iconic on-screen couple. So when they showed up together again this week, same set, same show, same unmistakable chemistry that made audiences fall for them in the first place, it wasn't just another appearance. It was a moment fans have been waiting on since that finale aired. And the reaction proved it. Clips of the two of them standing side by side, exchanging a laugh between takes, were clipped, subtitled, and reposted across every platform within the hour. Comment sections filled with the same refrain. They're fine. They were always fine. This was never as serious as people made it out to be. Of course, that hasn't stopped the theories. Some fans are convinced the tension was manufactured entirely for the show, that producers leaned into an awkward moment because it made for compelling television, and the feud narrative was never really about Dylan and Shen Yue at all. Others think there was a genuine hurt feeling that needed time to smooth over, and that this reappearance is exactly that, the quiet, unspoken resolution playing out on camera instead of through another public statement. Neither side has anything official to point to, and that's part of what makes the story so addictive to follow. Nobody involved has confirmed a falling out. Nobody's confirmed a full reconciliation either. What we have instead is body language, timing, and 8 years of history that fans refuse to stop reading into. What we do know for certain is the surface-level facts, and they're worth laying out clearly. Dylan Wang and Shen Yue are both cast members on the IN's current season, a variety show that's brought them back into shared professional space multiple times over the past year. Their history goes back to 2018's Meteor Garden, where they played the central romantic leads and became one of the most talked about on-screen pairings in modern Chinese television. That project alone was enough to create a fandom that has outlasted almost every other project either of them has taken since. Add in this year's award controversy, the public apology that followed, and now this new joint appearance, and you got a storyline with more twists than most actual dramas either of them has starred in. It's also worth remembering how much of this narrative is built by fans filling in gaps that the actors themselves have never publicly addressed. Neither Dylan Wang nor Shen Yue has commented directly on any supposed rift beyond Shen Yue's initial Weibo apology. There's no confirmed falling out beyond that one moment on set, and there's no confirmed grand reunion beyond them simply showing up to do their jobs on the same show. Everything else, the theories, the timeline breakdowns, the here's what really happened videos, is fan interpretation stacked on top of a handful of real facts. That doesn't make it any less fun to follow, though. Part of what keeps a pairing like this alive for 8 years is exactly this kind of moment. Enough real material to build a story around, and enough silence from the people involved to leave room for imagination. Whether you think this was a manufactured TV moment, a genuine friendship finding its footing again, or something fans are simply reading way too much into, one thing is clear: Dylan Wang and Shen Yue back in the same frame is still one of the biggest moments Chinese entertainment fandom can produce. So keep watching, because if history is any indication, this won't be the last update. Every appearance gets dissected, every silence gets filled with theories, and every reunion gets treated like a plot twist nobody saw coming. If you want to stay ahead of the next development in the Dylan Wang and Shen Yue story, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop your own theory in the comments below. Do you think this was ever a real rift, or just great television? Either way, this story is far from over,